This is Leah with Backyard Homestead in Starkville, Mississippi, and I was coming out this afternoon to clean out the chicken coop, and I wanted to show you what we do with the hay and the bedding that we use for the chickens. And the only thing we use to line the chicken coop with is hay. And I'll show you what we do with that in a second and give you a shot of the girls and see if anybody's in the hay, Mama. Looking here. Got a girl laying. Got a little clutch of eggs. Chickens are so fun and curious all the time. Anyway, I was about to clean this out, but then I thought I wanted to show you what we do with the hay when we do clean it out. And we try to keep the garden covered all the time with anything we can get our hands on, because the only place we rarely have to weed at all. But you can see through here we have mulch down, but the areas where the mulch gets thin, that's the only place we have weeds, where it's not covered. That doesn't have much. You can see the dirt through, so the little patch of weeds came up. Anywhere where we don't have it covered thick, right here, there's not much covering, and we've got a few little weeds starting to crop up. So as long as we keep it covered, we have very, very little trouble with weeds, and we don't have to water near as much as we used to when we didn't keep it covered. But we haven't tilled. When's the last time we tilled? About 10 years ago? 2012 was the last year. Yeah, so 10 or more. 2012 was the last year we tilled. We've been no-till since then, and we just heavy mulch with anything we can get our hands on. This row is where we pulled the sugar snap peas, and we just laid them down as mulch through this row, and that's nice and thick. This is the last time I cleaned out the chicken coop. This is just hay from the chicken coop, and we lay down our feed bags as we empty them. Alan's taking down a bag of quail feed. This is the old quail feed bag. And we cut them open, lay them in the row, and then just lay something over them, whatever we have on hand. This area, we don't have enough mulch down, and you can see we've got weeds coming up. Everywhere that's not covered, we'll get the proper weeds. As long as it's covered, we don't have any trouble with the weeds. So lay down the feed bag, and then I'll clean out the chicken coop and put it right on top of the bag. It helps keep weeds down. It helps feed the worms. It helps with moisture retention. It's just, as long as we keep it covered, we have very, very little trouble. I want to show you some of the other things. This, of course, we're going to put hay down. This row we mulch with hay straight out of the chicken coop. This area we don't have enough. We're going to have to come up with something to mulch. Because down this row it's gotten thin, and we've got some weeds starting to come up down the middle. Not many, but some. This is our row of corn. This row we have chopped leaves. This row we've got grass clippings, and all of these things we use our own grass clippings, and during the fall we use our leaves that we chop. But most of these things we find just in our neighborhood. We go walking every morning. We get up at 4 and go for a 3.1 mile walk, and we find grass clippings left on the side of the road, and there's several people that know us and they leave them for us, and some of them even just come and bring them by and drop them off at the house. But we use chopped leaves, grass clippings, hay, anything that we pull out of the garden. Over here on this side, yeah, we have chopped leaves over here. This is kind of a mixture. Here's another area. We planted lettuce, and we don't have enough covering here. You can see the dirt through, and got a few little weeds starting to come up. So as long as we keep it covered, we have very, very little problem with weeds. Over here we have leaves as mulch. Here we have kind of a mixture of leaves and grass clippings. But keeping it covered keeps the weeds down, and it's constantly feeding the soil. I can go scrape this up and there'll be teams of earthworms. It makes the worms happy, makes the soil happy. Oh, and the other morning, this is another example, good mixture of chopped leaves and grass clippings, and the plants are so happy and healthy. This is our green bean rows. They look wonderful. The other morning on our walk, we came across these treated poles, and we're not real sure what we're going to do with them yet, but we know they'll come in handy. So we went back in the truck when we got back from the walk and got these, and they were a chore, a chore to pick up and move. But we've got them here now. How long would you think these things are?
10.
About 10 feet long. And I don't know.
The shed's 12 feet wide. So.
Oh yeah, so the shed's 12 feet wide, so the poles are about 10 feet long. And this one, the one on the end, the two on the left side were a bear to move. The other two weren't so bad, but we've got them here. Not sure what we're going to do with them, but we've got them. All right, they'll probably become shed posts or gate posts at some point.
That's our kitchen.
Oh yeah, and this is going to be our, another update. This is going to be our little, like an outdoor prep station. Alan's got this lined up and he's got water running to it. You know, turn it on.
No.
There it goes. So we've got water running to this area, and we're going to go get some sort of a sink and a counter to put over here so we can kind of do a pre-wash on our vegetables as we pick them, and also as we if we do a quail harvest and a catfish harvest, it'll be a nicer place to do a pre-clean than doing it in our kitchen. Do it on the kitchen counter. So really excited about this, and I think that's about all of the update for this. I'm going to go ahead and clean out the chickens and then put that hay that we get out of the chicken coop over there on the quail feed bag, and that is it. Just wanted to talk about how we keep everything covered and use anything we can get our hands on for mulch. Alright, thanks for watching.